start, children? Just now I told you, now we are going to know about some unusual, it means unique adaptation. What is that unique adaptation in these plants? Now you are going to learn. Till now you have learned about the terrestrial plants which grow on the land and aquatic plants which grow in or under the water. Now you are going to know about unique type of plants. What are that unique? What is the uniqueness in that plants? That I am going to explain you. And one more thing, children, here you can see the activity over here now. Say, children, this is your homework activity. Here write on the date, everyone. Today's date 28/2020 and match the column. Match the column A with the column B. How you will match? Unless you will not read the lesson, you will not get the answer. So please, children, go through the lesson very well and complete this. Match the following. Okay, children. Now let's move to the unusual adaptations. What are unusual adaptations? Some plants have very unique adaptive features. Adaptive means here adaptive unique. Here these plants don't have any unique features. They are common. Yes, but these plants have some unique feature. What are that? See, let us study some of these plants. What are that? Insectivores. What are insectivorous plants? What are insectivorous plants? All you know, herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. But what are these insectivorous plants, children? You want to know? Yes. So children, before going to this, here about this aquatic plants, I am going to share you one video. Watch that video very carefully. Okay? And along with this insectivorous plants video also there. Children, watch the aquatic plants video and insectivorous videos and try to understand with my explanation part. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, now we'll see what are insectivorous. Can you believe if you were told that there are plants that eat insects? Will you believe, children? Plants also there who will eat the insects. We all know insect eating animals like lizards, yes, frog, this all. But what are these plants which will eat the insects? Very interesting, no? So let's move. What are that plants? Well, if you know, you are right. Yes, there are plants that eat insects. Plants that eat insects are called insectivorous plants. Which plants? Insectivorous plants. Plants that eat insects are called insectivorous plants. Three examples, only three examples, so many are there, but three examples he has given here. What are the examples? Venus flytrap plant, picture plant, not picture, it is picture plant, and sundew plant. What? Sundew plant. About these three plants, now I am going to explain what is the uniqueness in these plants, how they will trap the insect and how they will eat. If by my explanation, if you will watch the video carefully, you can understand clearly in the video. You can see how the plants are going to capture the insects. Okay, children. Now see, although all these plants have green leaves, these all plants have green leaves and they make their food like other plants. They grow in the soil. Where they will grow? They will grow in the soil, but are poor in certain minerals. They will not get certain minerals, nutrients. That's why what these plants will do for minerals and nutrients, they will catch these insects to get the minerals and nutrients. Yes, like how vegetables and we will eat no leafy vegetables, fruits and all. That is one side, and eating non-veg is another side. Yes, for what purpose we will eat? We will eat this non-veg to get the nutrients. So same like that only here these plants want nutrients and minerals. So what they will do? They will trap the insects. So they depend on insects diet to make up for the deficient minerals. How the Venus fly trap the animal here insect. See, Venus flytrap is an insectivorous plant that has a pair of open claws. what? Open clause. The clause will be like this, children. You can see in the picture. To both sides like this there will be a, and here you can see the thorns like part. When the insect enter to this place, yes, immediately it will close. It will trap the insect. Okay, you can see easily this video. So here what? Open clause that shut tight as soon as some fly settles on any claw. Which type of plant? Which plant it is? Venus fly trap plant. Sundew is an insectivorous plant having tentacles with a sticky substance. Tentacle means like this. The flower will be like this. Here there will be tentacles. Yes. On these tentacles they have the sticky substance. When any insect will come and sit on this, it will stick to that flower. That time it will eat it. Okay, children? Next. Sticky substance. As soon as any insects land on sticky substance, it caught. Next. Pitcher plant. Pitcher means, actually pitcher means it is like a jug. You know water jug, no? In that shape this plant will be there. Has a pitcher shaped part with hair-like growth around the mouth of the pitcher. As soon as some insects settle on it, it slips into the pitcher. See, like this. The plant will be like this. Here inside this there will be liquid type of gel. For this the insect will here fly over here and come into that. Immediately here there will be one lid. It will close the lid. Then that insect will be trapped inside the plant. Which plant it is? Pitcher plant. Okay. As soon as some insects settle in it, it slips into the pitcher which contains digestive juices. Here inside this it contains digestive juices at the bottom. Okay, children. Now turn the page. Parasites, Cascuta and saprophytes. All you know this. Parasites are the host. What are they? They grow and live on other plants. Yes, these trees or plants on which they live are called host plants. Yes, parasites derive their food from the host plants. Next, Cascuta. Already you have learned from the previous lesson. Cascuta, which doesn't have leaves. Only it has special outgrowth that penetrate the stems of host plant and get nourishment from the other plants. Next, saprophytes. What are saprophytes? Moles and mushrooms. They will live on dead and decaying organic matter. Such type of plants are called saprophytes. Next, all you know, Rafflesia. It is the world's largest flower. What? World's largest flower. Rafflesia is a parasitic. Parasitic means, children, it will depend. This flower doesn't have the stem, leaf, anything. Just once in a year or 2 years something it will come out. It is a parasitic flowering plant that grows in the rainforest of Indonesia. Where you can see this? Only in Indonesia. It has no stems, leaves or true roots. Very innovative, no children, this is? Only it's 5-petaled flower. How many? Only 5. You can see this picture in your video. 5-petaled flower can be seen growing on the host plant. Host plants mean on which it will grow, that is the host plant. It is also the biggest flower in the world and has rotten smell, very dirty smell from that flower. We can't smell the flower. Actually, the flower smells very pleasant, but few flowers are there. But especially this Rafflesia has a rotten smell, very dirty smell. Okay, remember this very important point to remember, children. Okay, which is the largest flower in the world means it is Rafflesia. How many petals it has? Only 5 petals. Okay, next here about the grass. What? Grass. Different types of grass are found all over the world, like rice, wheat, jowar, maize. What are these all are? These all are different types of grass. which we are using, which that food grains we are using in our food. Yes, like millets, cereals. So different types of grass all over the world. Roots of grass hold on the soil very firmly and this prevents soil erosion. Who hold the soil? Roots. Which plants here? Grass. Okay. Grass have a special feature which is although it withers in unfavorable conditions, that roots do not die. The roots of this grass will not die. With the return of favorable conditions, grass again regrows. If you will change it from here to another, again it will grow. So rice, wheat, sugarcane and maize also belongs to the grass family. Just now I told, no? And they provide us food. What? This provides us food. Bamboo is also another type of grass. As they grow very fast, it grows several feet in a day. In the day, it will grow several feet. Bamboo is used for making furniture, building houses, and its wood pulp is used for making manufacturing of paper. For what it is used? For manufacturing of pulp means after everything has done, the pulp remain, no? With the help of that pulp, they will manufacture the paper. Next, sugarcane is similar to bamboo in structure, but it is sweet. Actually, sugarcane is also one type of grass. From sugarcane only we will get the sugar, jaggery. Yes. So, the juice of sugarcane is extracted. Juice will be taken out from the sugarcane to manufacture sugar and jaggery or gur in sugarcane. In sugar factories. Okay, children. So here you can see in the picture roots of grass. See how much down to the earth they are. Okay, this fix the soil. In the rainy season, the soil will not flood with the water. Yes, children. Have you understood the lesson up to here very well? Children, in the next video, I will come with quick recall new words. Not in the next video. In GK interactive session, children, we are going to complete the textual exercises with quick recall and new words and definitions. Okay, children? Till the time, go through the lesson very well and try to understand the lesson by watching other videos which I have shared with you. Okay, children? Thank you.
Isn't that a beautiful plant? Who could imagine that such a pretty looking plant can feed on insects? Plants that feed on animals, especially insects, are called insectivorous plants. The structures of these insectivorous plants, which trap insects, are actually modified leaves. These plants are naturally found in the areas where soil lacks nutrients. They obtain additional nutrient supplements from the animals they trap. These insectivorous plants have special trapping mechanisms to catch their prey, and they have special enzymes to absorb them. Let us now look at some insectivorous plants and learn how they trap their prey. This is a picture of a pitcher plant. It definitely got its name because of its shape, just like a pitcher of water. Here, the insects go into the pitcher, looking for some syrupy fluid in the pitcher. But they get stuck in the pitcher as the lid closes. What happens after that? The plant secretes enzymes or digestive juices inside the pitcher, and the insect is digested. Bladderworts have tiny bladders that create a vacuum in it to suck in small aquatic insects. The bladder has a small opening sealed by a hinged door. The door is surrounded by hair. When small aquatic insects touch the hair, the hinged door opens and the insect is sucked into the bladder. The insect is then absorbed by the plant using digestive enzymes. Like most of the insectivorous plants, Sundew is also a very attractive looking plant. The upper surfaces of the leaves are covered with tentacle-like stalks. These tentacles contain glands that produce sticky secretions to trap and digest insects. When the insect sits on these tentacles, the leaf folds over it and the insect is caught. This is Venus flytrap, another insectivorous plant wherein the leaves literally snap shut when insects land on it. The leaf is modified into two blades with thorn-like structures along the margins. These blades are hinged along at the midrib. Look what happens when an insect sits on it. Snap! After about 10 days, it reopens only after the digestion is complete. Now, watch this carefully. The fly unknowingly hovers over the leaves of a Venus flytrap plant. And there, it gets trapped. That's the wonder of nature. Many of these insectivorous plants are capable of living in barren or boggy places as they get the nutrients from the insects they feed on, instead of from the soil.